Hey everyone, it's Kelly. Welcome to today's mega pantry clean and organize. It is a complete disaster and mess, as you can see, but this is a real pantry in real life, or I say it's a working pantry, which means we are in and out of it multiple times a day, and there's just stuff everywhere. I know where everything is. I'm not sure if anybody else does. So in full disclosure, this video was actually recorded over many weeks because it took me that long to get some energy going. And the first time I started doing this, my daughter was playing some K-pop while she did some dishes and some other stuff, so we had a little bit of music going just to energize, and I started here. And yeah, as I said, this is weeks and weeks of doing bits and pieces, as you'll see from all of my outfit changes. And yes, so that's the realistic life that we live. Nothing ever gets done. That's ADHD for you. It is getting excited to do a project and then getting bored halfway through, or other people leave the kitchen and then you don't have anyone in there to kind of body double with you, so yeah, you lose the motivation. This is a clear drawer that I got from Kmart. It was about $12. It took me forever to find it, and I finally got one. It comes with these like dividers in the middle. I've just taken them out because I don't see a need for them, and I need all the space I can get to put chips in there. And I noticed that when I got it, because it was the last one on the shelf, wasn't it? And it wasn't actually where it should have been. I just found it random in the shop, so I picked it up and took it. There is a slight bend to it, and then putting anything else kind of on top of it, the little single drawers that you see there, it means that it kind of puts a little bit of bend in the middle, so sometimes when I go to pull the drawer out, the whole thing moves. It's a bit of a disaster. Yes, muesli bars, I get a lot of those on clearance, so anything that you ever see in my pantry at any time that is a name brand, I can tell you right now that it was cheaper than a home brand when I purchased it, or no doubt it was on clearance, which you will see with other products coming up. So it's about 3 weeks later. I don't know where time went. It goes, what can I say? So as you can see, this section that we literally just finished cleaning, this is the snack area. And you saw that it was perfectly clean and organized and everything had a place. And now World War III happened inside here. There's stuff everywhere. The basis of it is still there, like the chips are at the back and the extra snacks and the bits and pieces. So it was just rearranging those, and of course we've since gone through all the piles of biscuits that I had there. So middle section done. The top section here now is basically all the Tupperware and then the excess for any flour and sugar that we have. I'm so sorry for the camera angle. I had no idea it was on this like tripod thing, and it kept tilting over, and it was like little bit by little bit, and every time I look at it I think, yeah, that's straight, but yeah, no. Now this section I just called the breakfast section because we've got coffee in here, we've got drinking chocolate, we've got like the Milo, we've got all the spreads that you need for general breakfast, and a whole lot of rubbish apparently, and also extra flour and other bits and pieces that shouldn't even be in here. This is a random packet of dessert stuff that shouldn't even be here either, so we'll find a place for those, and some of those will go over into the baking cupboard, and including like an empty baking powder container. So yep, good thing we're clearing out the cupboard. Got a jar of Nesquik that probably has like 1 tablespoon left of Quick. Oh, and some iced coffee little sachets from Nescafe, and some on the floor now. Hot coffee and the other ones that you add to milk for a nice drink. I really love them. They're so good. We don't drink them as much as we want. I just have them in the cupboard now, more for emergencies or to throw in my bag. Oh, yep, think I've got enough honey and maple syrup to last us a little while. And this random little drawer of bits and pieces. For some reason there's spices and curry powder in here, as well as the Vegemite and peanut butter. Oh, and the multiple jars of Milo, plant-based Milo, that my daughter does use. But of course now it's not winter, is it? So they're taking a while to get through, which is fine because it's not going off or really going anywhere. But yeah, and yeah, lots of little random Nescafe packets and some empty. Good job there. Random rubbish in the cupboard. Oh, and some condensed milk squeezies. Of course, they were on clearance, so I picked them up. Some of the Nescafe stuff that we have, it was sent to us by Nescafe because I happened to write in an article, and it's true. Anyone who watches me for ages knows we are loyal to Nescafe as a coffee. And they saw it and sent us a care package to say thank you so much. Oh, yes, cornflakes. My mum cleaned out her pantry and gave me a packet of cornflakes because apparently they don't like them. They bought them, tried them, and they didn't like them. So it's off to me, and I really need to get a crack on and make some cornflake cookies. And also, while I'm packing this pantry, I'm finding from the last shopping haul that we did, because this was filmed a couple of weeks ago as well, I've got some boxes that I had some excess stock because I was trying to make some stockpile stuff. So I was emptying out some of these boxes to put stuff in the pantry to kind of get a good baseline of stockpile. So there is just random stuff everywhere, and I'm going to go through and make a list and then do a walk through, like stockpile visit pantry tour for you guys as well, to explain to you where my head's at. So this is now kind of where it's at, all settled. And I do actually end up making some changes along the way as well later on. The apple juice ends up getting moved out, and we put in there my daughter's oats. So then it pretty much literally is a whole breakfast thing. And now we're just working on the bottom two shelves. These black little metal stands, I think I got one from Kmart, but the rest were from op shops, and I'm using them with little plastic drawers because it's the cheapest option, because I need a lot of little storage areas to divide everything up, because I could easily group everything in one basket and go, this is pasta. But if someone's looking for 2-minute noodles or risotto, they wouldn't go to a big basket. So I need to kind of organize the pantry how it makes logical sense for everybody else. And I'm also just umming and ahhing with moving everything around. It's just very confusing, but I have put the baked beans at the front here, so a visual thing for my son, so he sees them and then has them for lunch, because out of sight, out of mind. So I need to make sure that I'm trying to make the pantry as accessible for everybody. We have here a basket that's meant to be for potatoes, but there's the most random things in here, like a whole thing of honey and cake mix and bits and pieces that have clearly fallen into this from other shelves, or I've just thrown it in there figuring I'll deal with it tomorrow, and I've never got around to it. Hit record.
Okay, I've hit record.
Stop laughing. I'm sorry. Okay, that's me.
Oh no. I'm losing interest in what I'm doing.
So through the power of television, as you can see down the bottom, it's completely empty because this was like the next day, again, different outfit. And I'd been to Kmart, so I got some extra of those little plastic runners, and I was able to put some more jars and containers in there, so it sort of helps with the space a bit. These stands were from IKEA. I've had them for years and years doing markets and stuff, so I'm so glad that I keep things so then I'm able to use them where I need them. And I got some Ziploc ties and was able to connect them all together, and then I stuck them in the cupboard with some more of the plastic runners. I swapped them all around because I can't be reaching all the way to the back of the pantry for those heavy containers all the time. I never know. So if I can just make my own fake type drawer and then pull them out, it's easier that way. I was going to get some drawer runners they have from Kmart, but had to drill it into the bottom of the pantry, and then you also only had one drawer, it wasn't two. So I figured I can try and make something myself, and while it's not perfect, it's working for us. Okay, so final hurrah. As you can see, hubby's been home for a couple of weeks, so he's managed to eat some of the excess bulk ramen noodles that we've had there. So I've been able to condense everything down and move it over, so I'm really happy. But yeah, it's a couple of weeks later since we've done the last clip. So again, there's a bit of a bomb site happening in the pantry, so a little bit of a quick tidy up so I can do an overall footage for you guys and show you where we're at. I'm really happy with how the pantry is right now. We do still have some excess of some stock that we will eventually get through with some of the tin tomatoes and the other tin based products, but once we get down, we'll be able to get to a more manageable level. But for now, I'm pretty happy with where we're at. So I would love to know with your pantry, if you stockpile, if you keep it organized and tidy, or what does it look like in your house. It is forever a work in progress for us, but I think we're nearly at that point now that I'm pretty happy with it. Thank you so much for joining with me today. I so appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.